So when we give up praises and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Shem Hakadash, the bonus to the apostles of GMS for Ruwell and Shalom to all the faithful men that's continually doing this work. And if it's the Lord's will, I'll make this quick video speaking on pretty much through this journey. You go through different trials and tribulations, and they get you. You know, each one you get stronger. You know what I mean? And you pray to the Lord for wisdom. You pray to the Lord for strength and to have faith like those great men in the ancient world that literally laid their life down for this truth, and lion den and slaying giants, so on and so forth. But they didn't just do that. They didn't just, that wasn't their first rodeo. Those men went through shit before those big spectacular stories. Just like King David, before he slew Goliath, it wasn't just he slew Goliath. Before that, he said he slew a lion and a bear. That's why he was confident, because he already seen and knew that the Lord was already with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Lord is bringing us through these little things. Our scripture says, continually, constantly endure. And I was thinking about that earlier in the spirit, how pretty much that's just the life of a man. You know what I mean? That we supposed to work. We supposed to put in work, whether it's going to work to make money or exercise or getting women. Everything is work, man. You got to put the work in. You got to be the one we are pretty much natural hunters. We got to fucking hunt. We got to build. We got to do this. We got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Everything requires work. Sometimes the Lord might give you something might come to you easily. Sometimes some things just come to you. But most likely, things ain't gonna come to you. Money ain't gonna just come to you. You might be blessed, and the Lord might bless you with like a stimulus check or somebody might, whatever. But normally, you gotta get your ass up and work. Same thing with women. Women don't just come to you and just, here, just my panties, nigga. You gotta work. You gotta talk to those and shit. Same thing with men of the Lord. You trying to wake up. You're not gonna wake no brothers up sitting in the house all day. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go out there in the streets. And sometimes, a lot of times, for years and years, you out in the cold, you out in the hot, you out in the good time, you out in the bad times, and you teaching and nobody listening. And then finally a brother wakes up. But imagine all that work that you had to put in, man. Same thing, fighting. You know what I mean? And I always think of that. Like they say, your training should be way harder than your actual fight. Like Mike Tyson said, training, that's the hard part. The easy part is the fight. You doing all this extra shit. You training 10-minute round 3 times, and you fighting 15 niggas. You sparring 15 niggas in one day. Hard sparring. Tired as hell, sweating like a motherfucking dog, goddammit. But your fight is only 6 minutes altogether, and you barely even sweat. But you know what I mean? That's how, look at these people, these football players and these different athletes and shit. Sometimes they make that shit look easy. Why? Because they put a hell of work in their training. So when it comes time for game time, the game day, it kind of looks easy. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, what was I about to get? I forgot, Salakia. But yeah, I was just thinking about that, man. Just thinking about that earlier today in Salakia, driving, so I'm gonna get a few scriptures here and there. But yeah, man, I'm just thinking about that earlier today, man. Cause sometimes this shit do get tiring, like I always say, like you wake up every morning and you gotta go to work for something that you don't give a fuck about, you know what I mean? It's for hours. But you gotta be a man, especially brothers got children or family, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't be but man, I'd rather be tired and through, at work, which I'm not going. One thing too, I ain't gonna go above and beyond for Esau. Fuck Esau. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because I already got a save my energy for later, when I go do my other work, training and shit. So I'm not about to go above and beyond. I'm just going to do enough just so I won't get fired. But still, every day you wake up, you're tired. You're like, man, fuck, I don't want to go. This is going to be long. And you know what I mean? But you got to do it. Each day you getting better. Each day you got to resist the temptation of being comfortable. That's just the life of a prophet. That's the life of a man. That's being a man. Because being a little, less of a man, you being lazy, you gonna stay at home, live under your mom, live under your girl, or something like. Take the easy route, man. Everything in this life ain't easy. You ain't gonna get it. You don't get everything easy, especially if it's something that's glorious. You want to be good at something, man. You gotta work your ass off for it. All right. Let me see. Right. Oh, that's what I was gonna get. So, hold on. I was speaking about King David. Because like I said earlier, I got kind of a lot in my head right now because I was thinking about this all fucking day. So, and I finally got it. Got the time. I'm kind of just all over the place. But yeah, like I said earlier, the point I said earlier, King David his story did not just start with him slaying the giant. Nobody in this world is just naturally talented. Some people they might start something new and they might get, quick and understand it. But either way, everybody has to be built up, and you get built up through experience. I believe experience pretty much goes into exercise. I forgot the word exactly, the breakdown of it, but you got to pretty much exercise and be tried out. I think that's what the word goes into. You got to be tried out each time, over and over and over again. And then eventually you're going to be more calm and more, everything going to be a little bit more easier. But yeah, King David, before he slew the giant, he slew a lion and a bear. It says 1 Samuel 17:34, because this was him talking to Saul, saying, because everybody was afraid of Goliath. Everybody was running, and the only one that was willing to fight Goliath was King David. And he didn't have no, he wasn't no veteran. He never fought in a war at that time. And you got men that actually fought in wars, and they was afraid. But King David wasn't. It says, and David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went out after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote and slew him. So yeah, man. So that's beautiful, man. The King David he fucking slew a damn lion. Grab that nigga by his beard, man. That's some manly ass. You can just imagine that. That's some manly ass shit, bro. That's what men do. That's just the spirit of a man. You know what I mean? To face adversity, and even to face fear. Because going back to Mike Tyson, he said that same thing. Like, I used to think that I was a coward when I used to be scared when I used to fight. And his coach told him, like, no, like, everybody's afraid. Like, you know what I mean? This is a difference between I forgot. I want to do a video on that too later, a little woman, maybe another day. But pretty much, he's saying pretty much a hero. He's a hero not because he's fearless, but because he faces his fear. That's how you become bold. When you face your fears, and no matter how scared you are, you still do it anyway. You know what I mean? Because deep down, like the scripture says, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Deep down in your mind, you like, man, I ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? But your flesh is like, man, fuck. I kind of hope something happens so I won't have to, you know what I mean? It always like that, man. I remember my third fight, it was a smoker. So the smokers, the dude, I guess you can fight as many people as you want, as long as they close to your weight. And the guy that I was about to fight, he about to fight me and the other dude in my gym. And I thought in my head, the first thing I thought in my head, I was like, let me fight him. I prayed to the Lord, like, let me fight him first. So I'm gonna fight that nigga fresh. But then back in my head, I'm thinking like, maybe if he fights dude first and I fight him, then he probably be a little bit more tired. So I was like, nah, man, I want to fight that nigga first. That manly spirit was like, nah, I want that nigga first, man. Because I want him at his full strength. Because I want to beat him. I don't want to beat him because he's tired or he got knocked out before. No, I want to beat him because I beat him. God damn it. And that's a beautiful spirit to have, man. That's what we gotta have in the spirit. We gotta have that manly spirit. The scripture says, show yourselves men. Alright? Show yourselves men. And in this day and world, you had been taught by your mother, by your school teachers, and a lot of women, all that feminine spirit and vibration. Now you just grow up to be kind of weak, you know what I mean, and shy and timid. We all had that spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? But now the scriptures is teaches us true manhood, man. Alright? It says, it's gonna be like a 3-part series, goddamn. There's a lot of information I wanted to get into. But yeah, let me read this out. And I went out after him and smote him. I read that. And thy servant slew both the lion and the bear. And this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he have defiled the armies of the living God. Alright? So he had confidence because he already knew the Lord delivered him out of those two situations. A bear and a fucking lion, bro. Those are fucking vicious animals. Those are wild animals. They will fuck you up, man. They will kill you. They're way more stronger than us. In the ancient world, we was way stronger, so they had a little bit more advantage. But to face those, man, that's a and two with animals. I noticed that at least with dogs, because I always grew up, always had dogs. You know what I'm saying? We always had dogs. So I know with dogs, if you run, they're gonna fucking chase you. But if you don't run, they're not gonna chase you. You know what I mean? I think every situation is different. But it happened to me when I was growing up, and it happened to me recently. Because my old house, I used to run over the neighborhood, and this shit happened to me like fucking 4 times. So I used to run by the houses and shit. And then each time a dog will come up, they get loose and shit, and they will run up on me. And then the first thing people will think, like, okay, run, but you're not gonna outrun a fucking dog. I mean, if you got space, he's way down there, and you can jump a fence or something. Okay, cool. But I had no space. It was literally like if I would have ran, I know the dog would have chased me, and then it's gonna catch up to me. So all I had to do, all I could do was turn around and face it. You know what I'm saying? I stood my ground, and it barked, whatever, and then it went away. Shit, one time it was scary as fuck. It was 2 big ass dogs, and it was the spirit. I listened to Elder Pastor Raha, and as soon as he stopped the video, he was like, Shalom, whatever, As soon as because I couldn't hear nothing, I had the headphones in. So as soon as he stopped, that's when I heard the dogs coming. They come from the behind and shit, jumped the fence or whatever they did. 2 big ass dogs. I'm like, God damn. I stood my ground and you know what I mean? It went back. You know what I'm saying? So King David had no choice. Because, I mean, you ain't going to outrun a fucking lion. You ain't going to outrun no bear. Bears are fast as fuck, too. Even bears, like, you could try to climb a tree. A bear can either uproot that damn tree. I've seen videos of that. Look videos of that. Bears can uproot trees, and they can fucking climb trees. And they fast as fuck. I believe certain of them, I think all of them probably can swim. So you ain't outrunning the fucking bear or the lion. You know what I'm saying? So you're through. So King David had no other choice but to face those niggas. And the family sheep was online, so he defended them. And that's that manly spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? Stand on business, pretty much. All right. But yeah, the point is, man, King David, he didn't just straight up just fought Goliath. He had he had times where he had to prove himself. And it built up, and they gave him the courage to fight, the Philistine. He was like, I fucking killed a lion and a bear. Who's this nigga? Who's this uncircumcised ass nigga, man? What you talking about? This nigga ain't shit. You know what I mean? That shit do give you confidence, but when you fight somebody or something way stronger than you, and then you win, or even if you just fought something stronger than you, and then you fight somebody that have less experience than you, that's not that, and you look like, man, I fought people harder than this nigga, man. I ain't about to let this nigga do what he do to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So, and that's and that links too. I was thinking about that story, the Wizard of Oz, because the story was them trying to get the brain, the heart, and the courage, and the other sitch. She tried to go home, the white sitch. You know what I mean? But what they were trying to get courage and wisdom and the heart. But all along they already had that shit, because during their little journey, they was getting built up. The lion, he had to prove himself. Even in the Oz, the movie Oz, whatever, the black version. You know what I mean? He had to defend them. He had to fight and protect his friends and shit. Same thing with us, man. You know what I mean? Children's stories is very powerful because they teach real good lessons. All right. Nowadays, like the grown-up stories is fucking so focused on fucking sex and shit, man. You don't really got no morals of the stories, but a lot of children's stories got good morals to it. All right. And those stories had a good moral to it. You know what I mean? And that's what we go through. You know what I mean? We pray to the Lord. Lord, please give me more strength and give me more patience and give me more, confidence. Well, how do you get those things? You got to go through shit. The Lord ain't going to just, okay, I'm going to give you patience. You're not going to go to a fucking wizard and he's just going to give you patience. No, you got to go through shit. And through your journey of getting constantly tried and people getting on your nerves, all right, you stuck in a situation, now you got to just wait till the Lord deliver you out of it. That's the Lord giving you patience. All right? You asking the Lord for confidence with whatever. If you want more confidence in speaking to people, how do you think you going to get that, man? You going to get that by actually speaking to people. You know, that's a lot of things is simple, man. Like a lot of people want. And I always, I think that shit too sometimes, man. You gotta slap yourself into reality sometimes, man. A lot of people, they want shit handed to them, and you pray to the Lord, please give me this, Lord, give me that. The Lord is going to give it to you, but you gotta go through it. Sometimes, the Lord will give you an answer by making you go through the shit. You know what I'm saying? Then he will give you patience. You know what I mean? Like the elder in Dallas say, like, you pray for the Lord for patience. Don't be surprised the next day your ass waiting in a long ass line. You irritated. You looking like, man, you know how niggas be. You irritated as fuck. But hey, you want to ask the Lord for his patience. That's the way you get patience and experience, is by going through shit and through the journey. You know what I'm saying? That's how King David was confident in defeating Goliath, because he already had experience. All right, and he trusted in Yahweh B'Shmi Shai. All right, now, yeah, get James. Yeah, man, Lord willing, it might not be in order, but I want to make like 2 other videos. I got like it's a similar topic, so Lord willing, I'm gonna get into that. Lord willing, one day soon. But James 1:2 says, "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations." Yeah, man, and that's easier said than done, because sometimes that shit be like the scripture says in Hebrews, it's grievous. It's no present chastisement seems joyous but grievous. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord probably sick Satan on you, man, or a demon on you, and that damn demon will fucking poke at you, man. He will poke at your weak spots. All right, and keep doing it over and over again. And sometimes you gotta keep going. You gotta keep rebuking it. You gotta keep bringing out scriptures, and you know what I mean. You gotta keep fighting it. All right, and a lot of times it's a constant thing. It's not like the Lord gonna just test you one time out of the year, and that's it. Like the Lord have you be put through tests every day, one way or another. But it's a good thing. You should be joyful of that. Why? Because it says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Okay, because you say you believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. Well, okay, you gonna be tried. Do you truly believe? How you gonna react when the Lord takes your car away and you gotta go to work tomorrow, or you gotta do this, that, and the third? Or how you gonna react? You know what I'm saying? When when you lose your job out of nowhere, you believe the Lord provided for you. Then while you have your car and your job, but are you gonna still believe the Lord gonna provide for you even afterwards? You understand? So yeah, man. So it says, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. All right, which wanting means lacking. The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. We shall not lack. All right, the Lord gonna provide everything that we need, man. You know what I'm saying? In due time. All right, even if you ask for something, you gotta be patient. You know what I mean? The Lord ain't always gonna give you an answer right then and there. Sometimes it might be a quick answer. Sometimes, okay, Lord, give it to you, whatever. But a lot of times you might have to wait, and you might have to go through it. You gotta do it again and again, and fail and fail and fail. You gotta do it 100 times until you get it right. And then when you get it right, you gotta keep doing it so you can be good at it. Because then if you don't use it, you go abuse it. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying? But it says, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. So yeah, the Lord wants to give us this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. If you are the elect, if you ain't the elect, the Lord ain't gonna give it to you. All right, but yeah, the Lord, the Lord wants to. Of course, man, the Lord. If you're a brother, man, in this truth, you truly believe in the Lord, and you ask for wisdom, the Lord ain't gonna be like, oh man, why does this nigga ask me for wisdom? Like, what the fuck? Damn, man. No, he ain't gonna be like that. He wants you to ask for wisdom. That's why he was very pleased with King Solomon when he asked for wisdom. He said, I'll give you anything. Imagine that, man. Imagine if the Lord told random people right now, just random ass niggas, man, I'll give you anything. Ask it for me. Ask it from me. What do you think these people are going to ask for? These people, a lot of these people are going to ask for, for fame, for riches, for glory, for some sitches. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, so like it. But you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be asking for all their own things. But King Solomon, he asked for wisdom. The Lord was well pleased at that. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be coming in the same spirit. It says, but let him act in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. So you can't doubt. If you ask him to the Lord these things, to give you these things, you can't doubt it. And in due time, the Lord gonna give you the answer, man. You know what I mean? The Lord, you know what I mean? Sometimes some things takes longer than others. Sometimes the answer might be no. You might ask the Lord for something, and then the Lord might be like, no. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't be mad at it. You gotta take it. You know what I'm saying? Now, it says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Okay? So he can't be unstable, man. The scriptures teaches stability. The scripture says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at that time. So if you're a double-minded man, that means you don't got wisdom. Because wisdom, that means you got a sound mind, and you ain't tripping. even when shit goes wrong, you still have confidence, and you still, you know, calm, and you ain't tripping, you ain't bugging out. You know what I'm saying? But a double-minded man, he's freaking out. He don't know, like, man, shit. But I prayed, I did this, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much the point, man. Pretty much the point. You know what I'm saying? The what's it called? Conclusion of the video. So like, yeah, I was kind of over the place, but conclusion of the video is pretty much, going into, what I mean, you ask the Lord for these different beautiful attributes of faith and virtue and manliness and all these different things, man. But the Lord you gotta be prepared. You gotta prepare yourself for temptation. All right, because you want it. You want to become great. You want to do great things in the Lord, Yahweh Shemina Shai. You want to teach His word, well, then you gonna have to go through shit, man. You ain't gonna just Lord ain't just gonna give you the kingdom, man. The Lord ain't gonna just give you wisdom, and it takes years and years of experience. All right, years of trying and failing and trying. Winning, you gonna win some, you gonna lose some. All right, but you just gotta have that manly spirit to just keep pushing, no matter how tired you feel. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's pretty much the point. Without edifying, give up praise and glory to Yahweh Shai. Bless you, Hakadash, Devon, to the apostles of GMS, Shalom to the faithful man that is continually doing His work. So I'm gonna say Shalom.